we also have to reach out to ourselves. We can have some me time. Maybe we wanted to read this book for a long time. Maybe we just need to stay in bed a little bit longer. Maybe we get to this project. So we should look for the opportunities that are in this time. And as I said, to not be a victim, because we have a choice of how we look at it. And together we'll survive.
Yep, definitely. It is a time for everybody to figure out ways to survive and things of that nature. I do kind of wonder, and I was wondering, Andrea, what you thought about this from a sociology standpoint, are we going to find ourselves to some degree becoming more isolationist? I mean, the country itself has had its period of isolation, but if we're being encouraged to stay in our house and everything, and to kind of like what Brigetta just alluded to, watch, read our own books, watch TV, watch old movies that we might have seen and everything. When this time period passes, are we going to have a time where we're going to have to readjust ourselves to coming back to this kind of society that's more of a public kind of society? I mean, I'm sure there'll be some rule changes about the way we interact and everything, but from a sociology standpoint and a political standpoint, it seems like we might be changing the rules altogether.
I mean, we definitely could. I personally, if I'm being honest, I'm relieved in some ways at our time. I mean, I feel like, I'm like everyone else. I just feel like I'm always so busy and I'm ripping and running and I have a million things to do. And so perhaps, one of the silver linings, or sort of to try to make it more positive, is like this moment of like, I'm very thankful I have a job where I can work from home, and I will still be able to collect my paycheck and all of those things. But it's nice to feel like, oh, I don't have a meeting tonight. I don't have 2 meetings tomorrow. I don't have to rip and run and get up to the city and do all these things. And so perhaps, even though we might not be as connected, or, we might not have seen each other as much, there is opportunity to still feel connected. Even, if you're at home with your family, like, yeah, what movies from your childhood would you love your kids to see, but you just haven't had time, you haven't even had an hour and 45 minutes to sit down and watch with them, right? Like, what books haven't you read? Or, maybe there are some, if you have older kids, some books that you read in your childhood that you all can read together as a family and talk about. I mean, those are good things, especially when we're being running to get to practice, to get to this game, to do that, to be at this meeting, to drop this off, to pick this up, right? Like, to just take a moment and breathe. I think that's a benefit. And yeah, we might have some adjustments, especially even as, if things look good, they're not just going to say, oh, everyone go back to your regular life. It might be, let's still try to limit it to this number of people. But sort of what can we gain, and what have we learned about the way our lives have become, that we think we can be everywhere at once and we don't have any sort of time to relax, and you can't take a nap. It's just, again, I'm thankful to have a job where I'm not still having to work like that. And again, I'm very thankful to people that are still working. But, sort of what might be the benefits of it. I'm trying to see that silver lining.
Definitely. I have one other caller who is on the line right now, that being Tanya, who's actually a long-time person in the entertainment industry out of the California area. We've got about 15 minutes, so I definitely want to spend the majority of the time talking to her about how things are going out there. We've talked about how things have definitely shifted around the country with what's going on with Corona. I imagine even where you are out in California, despite the fact that you've had all these accolades, and we want to talk about those accolades, but I imagine things are shifting big time in the California area as well. So how has it been impacting both your career? I mean, you're supposed to be going up for an award. So I imagine that award has been postponed, if not canceled, with these new numbers and everything. So how are things going in terms of being honored for your longtime field in the entertainment field?
Well, hello. How are you, Mark? Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you.
Yes, it's really interesting right now. I want to say this to you guys. Greetings from Los Angeles, California. It's very turbulent here right now. We had our address from our mayor of the city here. And I have my own entertainment company. I'm CEO of Tom LeBron Entertainment. And it's very interesting right now because I have a major event that is going on in May, I told Mark about. I'm being honored for the city of Los Angeles for 20 years of my work, doing youth and entertainment arts for faith-based artists. And we're having to possibly postpone it until October because of the virus information going on. There are no, they don't want anyone over 10 people now gathering. We have no access to our churches. That started yesterday. We have no access to our entertainment as far as theaters, which is what I use to book my information, and jobs for. We have no access to any rental halls because everything that we do in entertainment is large gatherings. And it's really very difficult because a lot of the places that I use are not wanting to even do a rental. So they're all shut down on making money. Now, I will say this. As a believer, I strategically believe that this is a very good time because now it's forcing the hand of our family to conversate and see each other and speak. For instance, today I did not speak to anyone in my family normally because I'm always working and busy. Today I heard from my son, my grandkids. They were home from school. Spoke to my mom. She's always going where? To the senior center, and she couldn't go today. And so I'm really seeing that this may be, you guys, an opportunity for the world and especially all of us. It's such a turbulent time to reconnect with our family. So, Mark, that's how I see it. I'm trying to take this as a positive opportunity. Honestly, this would be more time for people to tune into your show and to listen to online broadcasting. Absolutely. You guys do a great work. And now it's time for us to really go in. Oh, absolutely. You really do. And this is the time now. We're going to be forced to turn to radio. You see what I'm saying? What people don't look at as important, we're going to be forced to go online and social media. We're going to be forced to be in our homes. We're not going to rip and run the streets right now. I mean, that's real life. And this is going to be a minute, you guys. I do not see this as a temporary thing. I think we need to be realistic in this situation. I do believe this will go, as the president said, although I don't like him and everything he says, but, he's still our president out of respect. I do believe this will go to October and August. I really do. Because it's so much that has to be done. And we are a big country. I mean, just California is a big city. Just California. So, as a big city, state, and country that we are, I think this is an opportunity for us to be more aware. We connect with our families, get online, social media, listen to online radio broadcasts. And I'm really serious. I'm just saying that because I'm here today. I really believe that I always have. So anyway, that's what's going on here.
Yeah, because I was, like I said on Dean, I was shocked, and I mentioned it to Lippy. New York is the city that never sleeps. If there's a second city that never sleeps, it's Los Angeles and Las Vegas. And I understand that both of those are definitely shutting down a lot of their primary entertainment businesses, and just the regular bars and restaurants are shutting down, including some major celebrity ones. So definitely, it's a different day and time. If you would, like I said, I'm glad that you were able to get into the call and everything, and I'll definitely have you call back in a upcoming edition of the show and everything. But share a little bit with us during the time that we've got about roughly 10 minutes about what your what your career has been about and how you've been helping these youth and the way you've been doing that. Because, like I said, when we talked, it definitely seems like you've been doing some real positive things.
Oh, yes, I have. Thank you so much, Mark. Well, first of all, I have 44 years in entertainment. I've been in the entertainment business since I was 19 years old. I'm 61 years young. God bless me. And one thing I really say about this industry is that I started off in secular music. I started off singing background for Stevie Wonder, George Benson, a bunch of hosts of artists. And back in that time in the 70s, it was very easy, very, very easy. We would just hang out, go to the studios. If you had a great voice, you would get noticed. Well, from that time went on, you're in a little circle of people. Then, I moved on into, being in groups and bands and all that kind of stuff. Well, from there went television, and I started in television in the early 80s as well. And then I started doing theater in the 90s. Then in the 90s after that, I started working in executive management and production. Worked with Apollo West Carson Players, Marvin Clayton, who was over a host of theater productions here, and became his director. So he trained me to direct. Then after that, it got even bigger, and I started to work in front of a lot of executive people, working directly with sound engineering, technical aspects, and going out of state to Atlanta to direct. Well, after all of that, I said that was 44 years, fast version. 20 of those 40 years, I opened my company called Tom Lugo Entertainment. In Tom Lugo Entertainment, I had a vision. Because when I started, Mark, back in the 80s, there was no place, like I said, for us to go with easier time. I wanted a place for young people, up-and-coming artists that didn't have their own way to get into the entertainment industry and to get in it the right way, to have a place where they could know how to train their gifts, learn about their gifts, not only that, and protect themselves in their gifts. And for the last 20 years, Hollywood Entertainment, I've trained and hosted and mentored thousands of young people. One of the clients that I just finished mentoring have a major book coming out next year. I'm so glad they didn't release it this year with all that's going on. And she was on Good Morning America and did a big, big thing. I've mentored her for 11 years, and she is Lorrea Gaston of Lunch on Me. I'm very, very proud of her. She's one of my clients. And then I had a client that trained with me named Stephen Washington, who went from my training all the way to Broadway. So it really showed me that, and a host of other stories. But a lot of the things that we do is we do event planning, directing, producing. We train the youth here. We go into the studios and train them. We train them as far as singing, dancing, acting. We have a mentorship program that I do. And I'm really excited for 2020 in the ending of the year, after the celebrity event that we're doing, that we will get more involved. A lot of the young people here, believe it or not, do not have a place to go. They don't have a youth center type of thing. They don't have that anymore here in California, you guys, believe it or not. Everything is school. So when you go to Hollywood out here, you have to hit the street, seriously. And this is why a lot of the artists are struggling, the younger artists, the unknown. So that's pretty much what Tom LeGros is about. And because I started in the industry at a very integral time, I felt it was necessary for a company to support the young people, and that's what they're doing in May, the event. They're honoring me for 20 years of work in that, and I'm really excited about that. If we have to move it to October, it still will get done, but I'm really honored that one of the membership bishops here is honoring me for that event. So that's pretty much what I've been doing, yeah.
It sounds like you've been doing a lot. Sounds like you've been doing a lot and doing really great with it. How are you going to do this training during this crisis time and everything? Or have you even thought that far ahead? Because like I said, you're talking about helping the youth and things of that nature. Andrea is a professor in Oklahoma, and she's trying to figure out how to connect with her students. How are you going to connect with these people that you're mentoring? Are you going to try to do it online? Or are you going to try to do things like StreamYard?
Thank you so much. My son asked me that question today on FaceTime. Actually, I started 5 years ago, Mark, an online training program. Oh, my gosh, I'm so glad that I did it. I was told by my producer in Atlanta, Professor Jerome Lee, he says, Tanya, we got to figure something out. You got to get more people. And so I didn't, I'm old school. He says, no, let's do it. So I started an online training program, which I'm doing now. Do you know that all of my clients were able to train because of all this going on online? So if anyone is interested, I can give you information. I train from all the way to California to New York right now. Actually, I have one client, Ayumi, who's out the country. So it's been very frugal. Yeah, so I have an online training program. So that's how I'm getting to youth right at this present time. One of my online clients had to travel and get on the plane, and she texted me this morning and said, Miss Tanya, please pray for me. I'm on my way to go see my parents, and I'm going to miss my session, but at least I have online. I said, see that? So, it's really important. She was just at my house Saturday, but had to fly out today. Now she's got to train online because her parents, she's on spring break. She's got to, you know what I'm saying? So this is a way we connect, and she's got some major stuff going on. We've got to be able to conversate, talk, and train. So, yes, I do have an online program, and I can give you information for that if anyone's interested.
I'm sure that Andrea may be interested. You might even help her with some of her students that she's using in Oklahoma and things of that nature. I need for both Brigetta and you to give your websites and how folks can get in touch with you. Like I said, we got about 4 or 5 minutes, so if you would give your information first, and then Brigetta, I need her to give her information. Again, the Laughter Liberator. But first, I need you to tell how folks can reach out to you.
Absolutely. So for me, my name is Tanya Brooks, Tanya Brooks, Brooks. I am CEO of Ton Lubro Entertainment, TANLOUBRO. You can get in touch with me by doing the following. I want you to call me first on area code 323-988-7143, okay? And then my IG page is Vocal Coach Tanya, vocalcoachtanya@gmail.com. That's how you get in touch with me.
Sounds good, and I'm hoping people will definitely be reaching out to you. Brigetta, if you could give folks how they can reach out to you. And stay on the line.
Yeah. So I have a Facebook page. It's just the Laughter Liberator, and also the Laughter Song that I was talking about. You will find that on Eventbrite, and that is an event that goes for 21 days 3 times a day, just 5 minutes of laughter, which we can all use at this time.
No
so
doubt.
I just created that.